Humble Pie, performance, rocking the Fillmore. This is another one of those contenders for best live album ever. I bought it when it came out. At the time, single LPs were usually £2.10 or £2.20, but this was a double album for £2. I had only heard a few Humble Pie tracks before I bought it, one of those being the hit single Natural Born Boogie, a song quite similar to the Beatles' Get Back. I was also very familiar with Steve Marriott, the lead singer's previous band, The Small Faces. I found the raucous heavy sound of this album very exciting. However, I was too young to appreciate the live experience. 2 tracks both took up a whole side. One of them sees Steve Marriott teasing the audience for a large part of the track, telling a lurid tale involving a mother and daughter. It was a bit music hall, a bit Max Miller, or Mrs. Frankie Howard. Joking and soul scat singing like a Cockney urchin, the Artful Dodger crossed with Aretha Franklin. Eventually the band comes thundering back in with some fast rock and roll leading to a catchy chorus, only to stop and go back to the teasing. When I made a cassette to listen to away from my record player, I edited the song down to just the last 5 minutes. I was also not sure I needed a whole side of a Dr. John song, though now I can appreciate the way it shifts from a loose jam into structured harmony guitar lines. But I would still be happy to lose the harmonica solo on Walk on Gilded Splinters. I loved the rest of the album, so I regarded the long tracks as bonuses on what was still a cheap album. It was the last Humble Pie record with Peter Frampton. Whereas Steve Marriott sang high using elaborate soulful cadences and played aggressive blues rock guitar, Frampton was much more melodic in both his playing and singing. There are moments when one follows the other in a solo, and whoever takes over seems to lift the track. Side 4 was always my favourite, with a heavy swinging version of Hallelujah I Love Her So, a song written by Ray Charles, and I Don't Need No Doctor, a song covered by many acts including Ray Charles. After this album, Peter Frampton had a successful solo career, producing another of the live albums often found on the Greatest Live Albums Ever list. Humble Pie replaced Frampton and made a great studio album called Smoking. Marriott was then the undisputed leader, taking them in a more soulful direction, with female backing singers called the Blackberries. Humble Pie, performance, rocking the Fillmore.